Sorry to interrupt you there, Akanksha here. Let me quickly take this forward with Mr. Yashovardhan Jha Azad, who is a former IPS officer joining me on the phone line. Sir, in your capacity, since you've served as a Special Director of IB and Special Security, I'd like to know from you and understand better, how does a blue corner notice operate? And to begin with, the deportation process has already started. What does it entail now for the counterparts of the Thai security forces here in India?
Well, you see, every country has a Deportation Act. The blue collar notice, which was given on the basis of that, the Thailand police detained him. And now the matter will be under the court. All these facts will be, you see, from here, the FIR which has been lodged by Goa police will be sent to the embassy over there. The embassy will then forward it. The matter will be taken up in the court, and the deportation procedure will be taken up. And I suppose because of his involvement in criminality, there should not be any problem unless he raises some other issues, which I don't think it would be possible.
Absolutely. It does appear from the lawyers of both the brothers that they are now willing to come back and take this forward. But what do you think is deeply problematic over here? Is it the intent of the Luthra brothers that's now going to be put to question, given that the inferno took place roughly between 12 and 12:30 a.m. and it didn't take them even an hour to get that ticket booked and be at the airport at 5:30, and they were already off to Thailand, Phuket?
No, absolutely right. You know, what has happened is that around midnight when this took place, remember that Luthra brothers also have illegal property in Goa.
Right.
And there were 4 or 5 on which the raids have been conducted. So they were very well aware. The other shocking thing is that in the establishment itself, when the Sarpanch itself was objecting, a demolition notice was already given. And then it was not demolished, had, you know, that all the reasons were prime because these fellows ran away. That was exactly the reason. I'll tell you another thing. You see, immediately when you arrest somebody, it has a tremendous impact because, you know, people get to know. And that's exactly the reason why they escaped. They wanted a breather for a few 5 days so that things cool down. And now that they'll, of course, be coming back because there is no other option left for them. That's why.
All right. Many thanks to you, Mr. Azad, for putting that into perspective and for sharing those precious insights for us. Now, remember, the deportation process has already kick-started. The immigration formalities are going to be completed soon. CNN News 18 has been on the top of this story since day one. And we've been bringing you all the ground reports, covering all possible angles that are surrounding the story, whether it is to do with the deportation process or addressing the illegalities surrounding this entire nightclub. Also, perhaps now bringing into the larger picture are the other nightclubs and their safety fire norms. Let's quickly bring you a report by Arunima.
Have been detained. They're being brought to the Phuket airport. Immigration services will ensure that all their immigration documents are checked, and after those legal formalities are completed, the brothers are likely to be handed over to Indian authorities. What we are told is that on the outskirts of Phuket, they were in a resort from where Thai authorities first identified them, and then the process of detention was carried out. Interpol was informed, and then the Indian authorities were also taken into confidence. So their run away from the law of the land is finally coming to an end in Thailand. Any time now, they're likely to board the flight and reach Delhi.
Quickly getting in more breaking inputs. So far as Arunima was also highlighting right now, what we're being told is that the Luthra brothers have been detained in Phuket, and in fact they have been brought to the airport there. The Indian authorities have been working in tandem with the Thai authorities using the Interpol channels. As Mr. Azad, the former IPS officer, was also breaking down for you what the entire procedure is like. Remember, the FIR has to be shared with the Thai embassy, and and all of that has been happening through multiple channels. It's not just the Goa police, it is also the Thai police that is coordinating with the Goa police, of course, keeping the Ministry of External Affairs also in the loop. But what we can tell you is that the Luthra brothers are currently en route Phuket Airport. Let's quickly take that forward with Ankur and Yesha, who continue to stay with us. So, Ankur, if I may begin with you, the entire procedure of having tracked them down, give us a sense of how did Interpol help the Indian authorities in tracking them down? We are being told that they were spotted, or rather taken away from a resort where they were seeking refuge in Phuket.
Yeah, certainly. So Interpol is basically the international police networks which deals with in this kind of cases with the cooperation of law enforcement agency. Whenever Interpol in India, the CBI is the nodal agency for Interpol. So whenever any agency issues any level of notices, which includes blue corner, red corner is the highest. So in blue, one country has to find out the addresses of the person and also the other information related to the person against whom the blue corner notice has been issued. In this case also, it seems that Thailand authorities must have checked their visa formalities where they have mentioned about their where exactly they are residing. So once after the request of Indian agencies, they it seems that they visited the place and finally detained them, and probably they'll be sending them to detention center. And after that, Indian agencies will be going there, and a final handover note would be prepared by Thailand authorities. And after that, Indian agencies will get the handover of Luthra brothers, and then they will be coming back to India. Back to you.
All right, going to request you, Ankur and Yesha, to continue staying with us. Let's quickly take our viewers through the CNN News 18 mega exclusive inside details of how the arrest actually has happened. Let's break it down for you, how the agencies actually tracked down the Luthra brothers. Remember, the Indian and Thai agencies have been working. They've been in constant touch. Intel, in fact, pinpointed the targets outside the main city limits. There was a joint operation which was successfully conducted on 11th of December, which is today. That's when the Luthra brothers have been detained just a while ago. Immigration process is currently on, is what we are being told. As Ankur was also highlighting, they will be handed over by the Thai authorities. In fact, these are inputs brought to us by Manoj Gupta, Security Affairs Editor. Luthras are expected to return by late night today or tomorrow is the big breaking input that we are bringing to you. This is an exclusive input brought to us by Manoj Gupta. Let's quickly go across to former Uttar Pradesh DGP, Mr. Vikram Singh, who's joining me on the phone line. Mr. Singh, this is in fact a huge shot in the arm for not just Indian authorities, but also goes on to speak volumes about the close coordination that's been done with the Thai authorities and of course through the right channels of the Interpol.
Yes, indeed. Good morning. This is some consolation that the Luthra brothers have now been identified, apprehended, and it's only a matter of time before they land in India by late tonight. And the credit goes to NEA, the close coordination between the two governments of India and Thailand, because it's a tedious process, a cumbersome process, but the manner in which it has been put on a fast-forward mode to get India's most wanted, the both of them, to India. And I think the real work will begin and the investigation will start the moment they land in India. Again, it's a tedious journey, an elaborate job, but I'm sure that this is a beginning, and I think a good beginning has been made now, and there should be some consolation.
Mr. Singh, for the benefit of our viewers, if you could shed more light on why it is to do, how different is this deportation process, and is it actually related to the extradition treaty or not? Why is it not related if it is indeed?
It is related to the extradition treaty, and if you are party and agree to that, and then the working and the cordial relations between the two countries would make all the difference. You may recall that David Coleman Medley of USA Joe wanted the 2611 carnage, but we were not able to get him. Therefore, the relationship between the two countries, the pursuit by the NEA, and also putting up a case very strongly before the host country, that will make the difference and the game changer.
Absolutely. And how do you think this should be now taken forward, especially when it comes to, say, all of those who look towards an easy escape, sometimes to European countries, sometimes to, say, in this case, as we've seen in the case of the Luthra brothers, it's been Thailand. Do you think that any system needs to be put in place? Because it's also brought into the limelight the intent of these brothers, and many questions are now being raised with regards to why couldn't they be stopped at the immigration counters here in India.
A very relevant point. You understand that UK and quite a few other countries, Canary Islands, etc., have become safe havens for fugitives of justice, not only from India but right across the world. Pay your way, get citizenship, and get immunity from deportation. But that, as you very rightly mentioned, the UN, the Interpol, and the World Association will have to come, because crime today is not national, it's not localized, it is international. And today, if it does not impact the host country, in times to come, it is bound to impact the host country. Therefore, it is in everybody's interest, international interest, the world's interest, to have a common agreement that any fugitive of justice will not get a safe haven or a hiding hole in the host country.
Many thanks to you, Mr. Singh, for bringing us all those details and adding your precious insights to that news story, which is developing by the minute.